Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be firing those groups and see if we can sort out that load that's been giving me so much trouble. Let's head inside. Alright guys, so before I start shooting, I wanted to talk about this bench rest, dead rest kind of setup over here. I was contemplating on using one of these, but then I did a little bit of research about free anyway, gun range guys, if you didn't know. So yeah, then I did a little bit of research about free recoiling, but controlled free recoiling, and I decided to not go with this as I want to try and keep my shooting as organic as possible while we are shooting these groups. And if you have this kind of dead rest, dead recoil, it puts a lot of strain on your recoil lug, and it changes the harmonics of your rifle as well. So in that case, I didn't really want to change how the rifle behaves to the previous video as well. So I'm just going to be shooting off the bipod with the rear bag and check what those groups look like. And to also, that will give me a good baseline of how it will react when I'm shooting distant or in the hunting field. So yeah, guys, let's get this started. All right, guys, so here we've got our 5 different loads. I loaded 4 bullets of each. I think that would give us a good indication of the group size. Now, I messed up a little bit here. This brings me into another thing. Guys, we've finally hit that threshold of being able to create members only videos and members only chats, super chats and so on. Please join the members. That helps to support the channel and keep the lights on, keep the cameras rolling. And while I was doing a members only video about these 3D printed match savers, I took these 2 bullets out, the first 2, and I did not label the bullets, and I just didn't know which load I took. So I'm going to start from the back and move my way forward, and then lastly I'll shoot these 2 to see what difference they make in the grouping. And yes, I didn't label it on the bullets themselves, and I tried to weigh them, but the differences were so small it just didn't even register on the scale. So let's get into it. That was actually the first time I'm feeding these 72mm TPL rounds via the magazine. And that fed flawlessly. And of course we're using the axe barrel cooler in between rounds to make sure that we're not overheating this barrel. Okay guys, after that first round I'm bringing the target back because it appears that the rounds aren't impacting where I'm aiming. Okay, yes, I didn't dial for 200 meters. I'm trying to shoot these groups at 200 meters. So I'm just bringing the target back so that we can analyze, and then maybe we'll do the rest of them at 100 meters instead of 200, because I don't really know what to dial. But this looks like a lot of drop for me from 100 to 200 meters. Drop me a comment down below if you guys know what's going on here. Yeah, because currently I'm a little bit confused. Alright guys, so this was shot number 1, 2, 3 and 4, if I'm correct. We'll review the other camera footage just to make sure, but this was on 200 meters and my aim point was there. So this is quite a large group at 200 meters. I'm going to put up a new target, put it at 100 meters, and then we'll do the rest from there. Let's see how it goes. Okay guys, round number 2, and we're going for the top right hand quadrant. We're going to load this, actually let's start over. We need to load this wild card last. Go. Drop the zoom down, and here we go. So I'm quite happy with that group. On to the next. But first, some barrel cooling. We're going to give this a couple of minutes just to cool down, and then on to round number 3. So guys, stay with me on this one. I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging like last time for part 2. We will do the group analysis in this same video, so stick with me. While I'm waiting for the barrel to cool down, I'm sitting here pulling faces, and I sent a photo on actually of a WhatsApp status, and one of my friends commented, am I practicing my thumbnail photo? So I thought that was quite funny, so shout out to you, Mr. Khatibi. Yeah, it feels about right. I must say I'm really liking this bubble level thing, and it's taken some practice, but I'm getting used to keeping both eyes open, and it's really nice to have a peripheral vision of the chronograph, the level, just seeing everything around me while being on target. So yeah, thanks for the advice guys, really helped. thing smoking. That was 41.7 grains of N555, so I thought that's where the sweet spot would be for this load. That was almost a double feed. Oof. Always got to check. Did that just go in the same hole? No. Ooh, that thing is on fire. Really liking what I'm seeing with this 41.7. I feel like I pulled that one a little bit. Going to be very interesting to see the data analysis after this. The speeds all seem around the same ballpark, so we're going to look for getting a nice speed, getting a nice group. Would have loved to shoot this up at 200 meters grouping, but unfortunately that just didn't work out this time. We'll try that next time. And also, just to let you guys know, this is a clean barrel, because I'm shooting these brass monolithics, and as far as I understand, it likes a clean barrel. So if we don't have any interference there, that might change our data. Over there. That was weird. Same hole. Alright guys, so that wraps it up at the shooting range. So let's head to the reloading room to analyze. See you there.
Now that we are back in the reloading room, we can quickly have a look at the brass. I loaded it from right to left, from lowest to highest. And then we just have a look at these primer pockets. We're looking for punctured primers, flattened primers, the case neck, and seeing if we can see any visible deterioration on any of these cases and the primer pockets. I'm just going to do a light check on these for now, and then we'll do also a very thorough, let's get this to zoom quickly, well, get to focus quickly. Come on, focus. Once I've cleaned it, then we can do a very thorough inspection to see. But at this stage, it looks alright. I don't see any immediate problems now. Let's check this one. Primer pocket looks okay. Don't see any ejector marks. Let's get this. Let's see. Oh, it looks good. Looks good. There's a couple of scratches just from feeding. Don't see any pressure stretch signs. Necks look okay. And then the final, last one. Come on, focus. Come on. That's a bit better. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. That's just a little scratch mark over there. Let me know what you guys think of these. I felt the charge was a bit high, but looking at the cases, everything looks fine to me. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, come on. Just trying to grab a Hornady factory ammo here for as a reference, let's say as a control. Looking at the neck. Oh, come on, zoom. Oh, focus. Enough of this, let's move on to the data. And finally, we can move into the interesting part. So what I've done here is I've listed this out in the 4-shot powder charges. So we've got the 4 shots off here, and I just exported it from the Garmin. And then it works out our average of everything, the SDs and the ESs and so on. And this was for the 41.5 grains of N555, and then we've got the 41.6, 41.7, 41.8, and 41.9. Now, drum roll everyone, let's move to the summary. So I took the averages of each charge. We've got the charges over there, the projectile weight, and then I took the averages here for those. And then the SDs, the average SD and the average ES, and then I just added the power factor and kinetic energy here for reference. Guys, as you've seen in obviously now the first shot group is, I'm not going to include it here, I'm not going to include a photo here because I'm not happy with that. I'm not sure what to do about that yet. But yeah, drop me a comment down below if you've got any suggestions on how I should handle that. But for now, let's just focus on what we've got here. So for shot group number 1, this is quite a tight group, except for this flyer over here. The speeds look good. SD's okay. The ES is terrible. Then if we move to shot group number, that was group number 2. And then if we move on to, ES is still terrible. If we move on to shot group number 3, that's this one over here. It's not bad, but could definitely be better. Okay, speeds, not great SDs, and really not great ES. Then we move on to shot group number 4. This is actually not a bad group. If you remember, this is the one that I think I pulled. So if we remove this shot, this is really not a bad group, this 41.8 grains. The speed is almost spot on for what I want. I want the 2,700 feet per second mark. The SDs is within the 1 digits, and the ES is almost, you can say, 20. I mean, that's not too bad. I'm really happy with that ES for this load. Then we move on to 41.9. I don't really like charging it. Yeah, it's a point 0.1 difference, but I don't like, for some reason I just don't like this charge. Something about it just feels wrong to me. Let me know if you guys have had a feeling like that before, where you've shot a charge, it just doesn't resonate with you. And this is also the one where we had that one weird shot where it just was completely off target. That leads me into another very interesting thing that I've seen with these different charges. I'm going to go back to every single one of these. Keep a very keen eye on the first shot for every charge. Is it just me, or is this first shot considerably higher than the rest? And then if we look at 41.6, the same thing happens. If we look at 41.7, same story. 41.8, again, okay, not that far, but it's the highest one of the lot. Remember, this is the group with the lowest ES. And if we look at 41.9, same story again. Why would this be? I have got no clue as to why that first shot would be so much faster than the rest. Anyway, if we look at it a little bit further, then I just graphed it out here, our average speeds, then our SDs. Naturally, the SD, lower is better, so we're looking at that 41.8. ES, lower is better, this 41.8. If we look at the power factor, 41.8. Really happy with that. Same with the speed. I mean, it's basically exactly on that 2,700 feet per second mark that is ideal for 6.5 Creedmoor. And then also the average kinetic energy. And then I just had a little screenshot of GRT also included here for that load up we did before we went to go shoot the groups. Now, for the nice feature that all of you have probably been waiting for, let's quickly jump into GRT and let me show you that feature. Alright, now that we are here in GRT, I just made a copy of the original calibrated and just renamed it into groups so that we can have the same setup we've had, and then also the breakup of the 5 different groups that we shot. Then if we go to measurements, I added the different charges, and then I added each individual shot per charge, and then it will also graph it out nicely here for you. Look at this 41.8. I mean, this just looks like a great... I'm really setting my sights on this one. I think I'm going to load this 41.8 TPL of 72 millimeters for the upcoming Aura match. Now, the really cool thing that I forgot to mention on the previous video is this shot group. So what you do is you do add, and then you just say add a shot group, and let's go to this one. I'm just going to break this down. So what you can do is you just drag and drop a photo of your groups into GRT, and then in that group we'll do group 5 together. So let's just minimize here, and then you can zoom in, and I'm not sure yet how you get it to work out all these nice things for you, but I think this is a very nice feature where it even creates this little red triangle for the one that's likely an outlier, and you mark your aim point as well onto the target. Let's go here. And yeah, this is this 41.8 again. I really think that I strongly believe I pulled this shot. Regardless, let's quickly go through this and let me show you guys how to add this. So that was, I added group 1, that's group 1, group 2, and then group 3, that's that one over there. Obviously, you can rename this now as you want, because we have dropped out. I'm not going to add group 1 to here. So we just click here, add a group, and then we're going to add a shot, and this shot, right click on it, and then you say point of aim. Then it gives you this little cross here, click on it once, you drag it to your point of aim, and then you add another shot, click on it, drag it to your point of aim, and so on. I think you guys get the gist of it. And we've got one there, and we add another shot, and that one was in that hole, and then we need to add another one, and we drag it over there. So yeah, this was the shot group for 41.9 grains. This was that extreme. This is the one that had that higher speed, that first shot, which is still unexplainable to me. I don't really understand why the first shot of every one of those groups was so much faster than the rest. But yeah, anyway, guys, this is that nice little feature that I wanted to show you guys. You can now actually move this around, and I haven't played further deeper into this on how you can get it to work out your groups and how to calibrate it. That concludes this week's video. If you found any of this useful or you enjoy the videos, leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.